Hi, everybody. Serena Armshaw here. I am the founder of Earthstar Alchemy, and I'm also a transformational energy healer and mentor. So I've just jumped on quickly today, and I've entitled this Me and the Akashic Records because I was listening to something recently that made me really think about that. I mean, I've heard about the Akashic Records for quite a while now, but I had a little bit of a light bulb moment. But just before I go on to talk about that, I wanted to point out my beautiful Mary Magdalene template that I have put up on my wall, because I realized when I was talking the other day, launching my Mary Magdalene and Raven Power frequency healing activations, I'd completely forgotten to put my template up. And this is a template that I work with when I am working with the energies of Mary Magdalene. And it is one of many templates that I work with and part of my sacred tools that support me from transference healing when I'm doing my transference healing energy work. So I thought I'll remember, I'll actually put it up so I can show you. But yeah, I'm going to get back to what I was talking about, me and the Akashic Records, because the other day I was listening to this podcast by this lovely lady, and she was talking all about accessing Akashic Records. And she was saying how she's been working in an energy healing modality for many years. And it was several years into working with that, with her clients, she noticed that she was tapping into past lives. And because she was tapping into past lives, she saw that as more than the energy healing work that she was doing. And it was really accessing the Akashic Records by tuning into and tapping into past lives. And that made me think really. And I thought, okay, that's really interesting because I've been working with this energy healing modality of transference healing for a number of years now. And I noticed that I was also, first of all, tapping into my own past lives and getting more and more information about that. And that's certainly in terms of Mary Magdalene, where as I've been working with her energies over time and delving into my own Akashic records, that I've realized that I had such a deep connection to her, and that in past lives there was actually a connection with her lineage. So that's how I got to know about that one. And I've also unearthed more and more of my past lives as well. And when I've been working with other people, I've also tapped into their past lives and I've been able to give them information. And just doing that I mean, certainly helped me. And when I've shared information to whoever I'm working with, it's been tremendously helpful to them as well. But it was just so, like I said, a real light bulb moment when I realized, oh, I'm actually working with the Akashic Records, because quite honestly, I didn't see that I was doing that. To me, I was just tapping into past lives through the energy healing work. Um, and when I thought about that, I realized what it was. It was I was tapping into certain wounding, like a belief that I'm not good enough to do that, or to be accessing the Akashic records is something that's sort of way above me. It's not something that I can do, and yet that's exactly what I was doing. Now, have you noticed this for yourself? Have you been doing something that you believe that you weren't good enough and then realize you are actually doing it anyway? If you've had that experience, I would love to hear from you. So do feel free to drop me any comments below. And the other thing I realized, it was about those woundings. What was happening is that I was hitting certain woundings, such as the worth wounding. When you don't believe that you're good enough, that you believe that you're not worthy of things. And for many of us, particularly those of us who are healers or doing this kind of spiritual work, we do have huge issues in terms of being worthy of abundance. Another one of our wounding is the persecution wounding, where we believe that, you know, that we are going to be judged, that we have this fear of being seen as well. So that's what was happening for me. I was tapping into these two woundings, not believing that I was good enough, and that, the fear of, well, if I share these things, I'm going to be judged. So, or I'm going to be judged as I'm not good enough to be a person that accesses the Akashic Records. And thankfully, that has really changed in me. That belief has really changed, and particularly over the last sort of year or so, with my energy healing work on myself, I have been doing really deep dives into my own Akashic Records, because when you do that, you really get to the wound, should I say, the root of where the wounding is actually held. And no, I didn't just do that by myself. I did have support, because sometimes you do need support with these things. And I've certainly had the support from others who are doing this kind of work as well. And for me, I have noticed a real big difference, that my belief systems have changed. They're much more positive than they ever used to be. And I look at things so differently, and like my stress levels and my anxiety levels have really reduced, and I feel that my nervous system is so much calmer than it ever used to be. Now, I'm not perfect, and there are times when I do still get stressed, or I do get anxious, or something happens that knocks my confidence a little bit. But what I have found is that I bounce back from that so much quicker than I ever used to, because my belief system is so much more positive than it ever used to be. Does any of this make any sense to you? So if you've had any kind of similar experience, again, I would love to hear from you, and it'd be lovely to get a conversation going. So please feel free to drop me any comments in the comments box below. Well, thank you so much for listening to me. Oh, and I just wanted to add, in terms of the Mary Magdalene and Raven Power frequency activation, frequency healing activations, if this resonates with you and you would like to find out more and even maybe join me in the Magdalene Temple, I have information on my website, which is serenaarmshaw.co.uk, and if you go to my services page, then you'll find the information about that. And I really hope that you can join me. So once again, thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to me, and I look forward to connecting with you soon again. So bye for now.